Hey everybody, what's up? I'm William. How's it going? So I have work in 20 minutes. What's up, Food Birch? Don't forget to hit that follow button. But I'm going to be live every day. Just a quick stream before work to get caught up on tech and gaming. Basically, geek news. Just a little bit every day. That's the idea, anyway. Let me check my connection. Alright, I think it's working. Okay, hopefully that's working. Never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. What's up, Nubanda Alberta? Alright, so let's see what's new. Foodbird. Foodbird? Hey, Cliff. They're not Garfield ears, they were just fuzzy ears. I don't even remember where I got them and when I got them, honestly. I don't even remember. But yeah, I think I just got them. I don't know why my glasses are like so dirty. I think I just got them. I like them. Thank you. So I'm just live for a little bit, checking on what's happened in the last day in tech and gaming. Before I go to work, I work at a VR startup. What's up, Sam? Not up, huh? I don't understand what that means. I don't understand those characters, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm gonna close this. Alright, so let's see what's up. Hold on, let me. Where's my window? I do have it open. Hold on. I gotta set it. I gotta just leave this next time. Bookmarks. Don't show. Okay, let me just pick something. Go from there. Hold on. I'm just gonna pick something. Hold on. Okay, good. So at least it works. There we go. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to have something open. What is your prognosis on the VR industry at large presently? Cat ears, yes, cat ears. I'm also talking to people on Twitch, just so you know. TripAdvisor. What? Is that the TripAdvisor logo? I don't know. So the VR industry. I mean, I work in the VR industry, but I've also seen a lot of changes. I've seen some companies get great funding. I've seen some companies go under. So, you know, that Dave, are you still here? I think that my thing is not updating correctly because it's saying nobody's watching on Twitch, and yet you just said something. So I don't understand. Let me clear the history. I think I don't know. It says nobody's watching, but you're commenting, so obviously somebody's watching. So I don't know what's wrong. Oops, I cleared my history. So say something again. Let me type the test. You are here. Dang. So it's not correct. I wonder if I'm gonna have to disconnect and reconnect again. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to the restream people. So I think there were definitely high hopes, like maybe a couple of years ago, about where the industry was going. Once we saw, you know, the Oculus and the Vive come out, everybody thought, oh, we're here, we made it. But obviously, that's not the case. But I mean, that's fine. I think as long as, but it depends on your situation. If your business model required the expectation that you'd be making money, especially if it's business to consumer instead of business to business, I think it's a tough time. But if your investors know If your investors knew from the start that it was going to be a long haul, then that's different. So for my situation, I mean, whatever happens, happens. I'll land on my feet, whatever happens. But I think some situations, some companies were, I think, hoping to make a lot of money up front off of consumers, especially, and I think that was a dangerous route to go, because as we can see, it's hard enough getting people to buy the headsets, much less pay a lot for some particular game or software. So I think it kind of just depends on the timeline that the business had, but it's definitely slower than some of the hype the hype meisters we're talking about. But I mean, I think that's fine. It's not easy to adopt. I see some people, once you can get them to try it, they think it's really cool. But is it cool enough to spend $600, $700, $1,200 on? Not yet for a lot of people. But once it becomes more affordable, yes. And that's why I'm excited about smartphones. I think a lot of people think that those will help us get there. VR needs a killer app. I don't think so. I don't think VR needs a killer app, because the thing is, even if it had a killer app, I don't think that would be enough to, if it could do something amazing. I still don't think that people would be willing to spend, $1,800 on a computer and a headset. What VR needs is to become more affordable and more accessible, and that's why I'm excited about the standalone HMDs, and also more what's happening with AR on smartphones, because I think we can also maybe look forward to a meld of those things. We can see AR take off, and hopefully, what it would be great is if we could just have the ability to do VR and AR in the same place. Do you think the hype window came and went, and do you think another one can come along? I do think the hype window came, and I think it went. And that's good, really, because I think it puts less pressure on VR, and to just let VR grow and do its thing without being the be-all, end-all. Hey, what's up, Thomas? How are you? Yeah, this thing is definitely not updating, Dave, because it's just telling me, it keeps telling me, like, it's not correct. Oh, wait, now it tells me there's one person on Twitch. I don't know, it's a little confusing. I'm not sure how that works. Hi, Hank. Hank Hill? William, what's up? I don't know, what do you guys think? Let's see. Michael Jackson's Scream features an all-new track and augmented reality. What? There's something from Michael Jackson, huh? The King of Pop may not literally be back from the dead. Let's take a look at this. This is interesting. Hold on. I'm curious what this is. I actually have no idea. Check. Ooh, I don't know. Check. Oh, because I was doing a test here. Sorry. Okay, can you still hear me okay? I can also just do this. I'm curious what this is. It says there's a party mix of Scream. Do you guys remember Scream? It was another Michael Jackson song. Shazam-powered augmented reality experience is what this is saying. There's a poster that comes with the CD for this new Scream remix. There'll be you can also get a glow-in-the-dark 2 LP, and it'll activate this augmented reality experience. Okay. This also marks a powerful entry into AR by Shazam. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know, what do you guys think? I mean, this is a really short video. It's just a promo. I guess we'd have to try it to know. I'd probably recognize it if I heard it. You can hear. Okay, good. What does that song? How does that song go? Make you wanna scream. That's all I remember. I remember it was big because he was doing it with his sister, Janet Jackson. Writing for VR, the definitive guide to VR storytelling. Is it truly definitive, though? I don't know. But I do have to say, VR Scout is really awesome. I like those guys in LA. And so, you guys, if you ever see a VR Scout article, they are legit. You should follow them on Twitter. Sometimes I like seeing what they've written. Oh, this is YouTube space, I think. It looks like it. This room looks like YouTube space to me. Oh yeah, the VR Creator Lab. I did not apply for that because I was in Europe. And I kind of just don't do a lot of 360 video anymore, honestly. So It's cool that they did this workshop, but I was all right. In my experience with my Gear VR, I feel like there are a lot of subtle barriers to convenient use. Yeah, I agree. The Gear VR, it's funny because the Gear VR is so, let's take a pull up a picture. The Gear VR is so convenient. I have like two of them, and I don't really even use them very much anymore. It's kind of funny that way. I find myself when I am doing in VR, I'm mostly these days, I'm mostly in social VR. I'm still interacting with real life people, but I am mostly dealing with their digital avatars. I still think that I still think that 360 video is interesting. It's just I'm spending less time doing it and more time like immersing myself in VR. But that's just my preference. I think that there's definitely a place for 360 video, and a lot of people who don't spend a lot of time gaming or doing social VR are interested in making 360 videos, and it's good like for commercial work if you want to be like a commercial director. But what kind of experiences? How often do you use your Gear VR? I'm curious. How often do you use your Gear VR? I don't know what you're saying, Chaka. Chaka says, I see. I isolate. Icle. Chaka, why do you always purposefully spell things wrong so that I don't know what you're saying? Are you just trying to make it difficult for me on purpose? It's all Foodbart says it's also hard to use. Am I saying your name right? I'm sorry. To use in groups. Showing it to friends is fun at first, but gets boring to watch. Yeah, it's really fun to introduce people to VR, but it is quite cumbersome. Being somebody who has shown people a lot of VR experiences at events, people have to wait in line to do it. You have to worry about, you have to try to clean off. You got to clean off the lining each time, and nobody else really knows what's going on unless you've got a monitor, and even then, like you don't really get a good feel for it. I agree. It's difficult to use in groups. But they're improving at that. Like we are talking about. I feel like this is like the early days of cell phones, and we're like, yeah, those cables, and you have to connect it to your cars, are annoying, or they're so big, they're like bricks in your hand. There's this understanding that these are problems we just have to get past. It is important to acknowledge those problems, but I feel that those problems will be solved. But a lot of them will probably be solved in ways we didn't think of. What's up, Jerry? What's up, Tim? Hi, Francisco. Don't forget to hit that follow button. So I'm going to do this at this time every weekday and just give it a try. It's really just like a way for us to hang out and chat. If you have heard any cool news about games or VR or tech or AR, you just let me know and I'll look it up and we can talk about it. It's not a news show. This is like a hangout in the morning kind of thing. Is that good VR headsets? Is that a question? Are you asking if VR headsets are good? Cluing? I got mine here. I have a Rift. This is on permanent loan. I actually have a Vive at home, but I'm traveling. So I use this Rift. It's got this because this is where you can put a Leap Motion. So that's what this extra cable is for. But this is my Rift, and I use it every day. I'm in VR every day. By the way, if you guys also want to hang out and talk, oh God, come on, Chaka. If you guys want to hang out with me in social VR, I am in High Fidelity VR every morning U.S. time, so from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time, so that is noon to 4 p.m. Eastern time, which makes that 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time, and 6 p.m. No, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Western Europe. So I'm there every day, Monday through Friday. If you want to hang out with me in social VR, look for High Fidelity VR. They're not paying me to say this. I'm just already going to be there. So if you want to come hang out with me in VR, just like you do in live streams, just go download High Fidelity from Steam Early Access or from highfidelity.io. And I live stream every day on the Live.me app. It's very different. So you see that microphone back there? I sing. So that's like a big thing for me. I'm on iTunes and Spotify. And I do music broadcasts, long ones. I probably broadcast for about 2 to 3 hours. every night on the Live.me app. So definitely check me out there. But having done that for 15 months, I'm so close to 100,000 fans on LiveMe. I kind of realized, live streaming, I think, is a precursor to everybody getting on board with AR and VR and starting to get into social VR and whatever social AR is going to be. But I think we're going to have a more and more interconnected world, which is really exciting. So I decided I wanted to do this a long time ago, to do a daily stream in the morning for work where we just chat, not music, not performing, just talking about the latest news. Good morning, Leia, you made it. Unfortunately, I'm leaving in like 5 minutes, Leia. I want to find good VR gear. Chloe, well, the Vive just created a deal. I think it's Fallout VR. I think it's Fallout VR will be included in your bundle, and it's discounted. And I don't know if the Oculus is still on discount from their summer sale, but it is a lot cheaper than what the rest of us had to pay a year and a half ago. So it's a good time to get into VR, but it's expensive because you need a good computer. Foodbert says, oh, I saw you sing somewhere once, some other app. Yes, the Live.me app. So my name, just like it is here, Michelle Osorio, all one word. I am at 99,000 followers on the Live.me app. I sing there every day. It's really taught me a lot about live streaming and the power of live streaming. So I figured, hey, why not hang out with my friends, see what I can do with a daily morning, I don't know, you could call it a show, but it's really just me chatting with people. It was really, the idea is once I get back, I'm in Europe right now, but once I'm back home, it will force me to get back on my exercise bike. I'll do my morning exercise while I check out the latest news. It'll force me to stay updated with the news. And why not bring my online friends in? You guys can chat with me too. But let's see. Clint says nothing that's going to break the wallet. Well, you're going to have to wait a while then. Or get a Gear VR, but your experiences will be limited for the time being. I would just wait and wait for a while, see what happens with the standalone HMDs that are coming out, wait for reviews, and wait for them to become affordable. Sony's Gear for PS4 is no good. I didn't say that, Clume, but there's a new version that supports HDR, I believe, but it's going to be expensive still because you got to have a PS4, or do you already have a PS4? I would just wait and look at reviews. Are people having success with VR arcades, or are they failing? I don't know. I know people who are doing VR arcades, and I have seen people in the arcades. So I guess it depends on how much the overhead is. I kind of worry that they have to be charging a lot in order to be able to pay for a brick and mortar outfit like that, where they have to pay for like the lease on a place in the mall. And it's so hard visually. A lot of these places I go to, they're just black walls. They haven't. There's not enough money spent on the marketing, but it's so hard. It's so hard to visually show you how cool VR is. I'm not really sure how much they could even do. I feel like maybe a video trailer on a big monitor on the front of the arcade, but it's tough. I think if bigger institutions take it on, like Dave & Buster's, the one in the Bay Area was doing a test with some technology a while back. I don't think they're doing it anymore. But if big guys like that do it, then that could do something for the industry. And there are some amusement parks that are doing it too with their roller coasters. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, you have PS4. Yeah, Clune. But there is something about the new processor. Just wait a little bit because there's a new PSVR coming out that supports the HDR. So just wait for that one. Hubert said, I really thought arcades would be a big deal while the entry cost remained so high. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's still hard to get people on board because it's just a bunch of people putting things on their head in some kind of room with black walls. It can look super shady depending on where you're experiencing it. But it depends. Like, I went to Knott's Berry Farm in California, and their VR experience was really cool. I didn't go because I think it was closing when I went to go check it out, unfortunately. But they had a really cool entryway that had a theme. It was designed. I think it was steampunk style, and the guys who were taking your money were dressed up in these coveralls. So they went with a theme, and I thought that was really cool, and it fit with the theme of that part of the theme park. It was right next to a steampunk kind of ride, so I think that really worked. You kind of have to sell it, and I saw people trying it in the background, but I guess they weren't taking any more people, so I wasn't able to try it. But I really like how they do it. So it's all about selling it, but it is hard because when I've helped organize a lot of VR events, and sometimes it's hard to get people to try stuff even for free because they got to put all this junk on their head, you know. It's a tough sell right now. Foodbird, so you have a Gear VR. Do you have plans to upgrade anytime soon? Such a big problem. From the outside, VR looks dull at best and dystopian at worst. I know, and it's such a shame because VR is so cool. I love hanging out with my friends in VR all the time. I actually live streamed yesterday from VR chat, and it was pretty funny because I'm not sure what kind of impression I gave people from VR chat because there was a lot of people like screaming and running around, and I couldn't find my friend who was trying to find me. I didn't realize that now they spawn like different servers. They can only handle 16 people at a time, is what somebody said. But I've been hanging out in VR chat for like maybe 2 years now. I work at High Fidelity VR though, so obviously I spend the most time there. I will have to go in a minute, by the way, to go to work. But if you want to hang out with me there, oh, by the way, you don't need VR gear for that. You just need a PC that's powerful enough. So if you want to come visit me, I'm going to be in Hi-Fi. I'm in Hi-Fi every day at this time, well, in 5 minutes. So if you want to, oops, I just clicked something. So if you want to come visit me there, I'll be there. But this is where I work. But it's really been eye-opening. We didn't really go over a lot of news today, unfortunately. But that's okay. It was good chatting with you guys. I'd get a Vive or Oculus instantly if I could afford it. Yeah, I'm. What do you think about like maybe one of those standalone HMDs that are coming out that are supposed to not require a PC? Would you get that? Is your problem that you also have to buy a PC that can handle it? So these are some pictures that people have taken at high fidelity. You can like take these little snapshots and share them on the feed. And then one of my jobs every day is to curate the feed and pick out some pictures and put them on the front page of the website. So some of these were taken by me, some of them were taken by users. But like I took this picture yesterday. That's one of the regular users I hang out with, and we got on the bus. There's this bus that you get on, and it hops you between the different domains, which is the different worlds. But it's open source. Anybody can create a world. But I work in our hosted worlds because I give demos to new people. But that's an avatar he made himself. My avatars are also custom. Definitely keeping my eye on the standalones. Foodbert. Am I saying your name right? Foodbert? Why is this so slow? Let's see. Any other cool pictures? Magic school bus? Well, kind of. It's a teleporter. Yeah, I don't have a gaming computer also on a Mac. Yeah, I mean, people come in to Hi-Fi on Macs all the time, but yeah, I mean, if your Mac's not powerful enough, you're probably better off waiting. It's a waiting game for a lot of people. It's just I see the potential there, but I feel like I'm living in the future and it's lonely. You know, I'm in this social VR, but there's such a small amount of people in there. Even people who want to join me. Even people who want to join me, a lot of them, their computers aren't powerful enough. Fake name anyway, but it rhymes with Fudgebert. It rhymes with Fudgebert? Fudbert. So it's Fudbert? You're not alone. Okay. Well, I'm going to go. Make sure that you hit that follow button. And if you want to hang out, I'll be here every morning at this time. I'm just trying this out. I haven't made any big announcements about this because I'm kind of just feeling out this format. So, like, I don't have any fancy graphics. I just put, like, my YouTube banner behind this image. I don't have anything fancy going on because I'm kind of just feeling out what I want to do with this broadcast. I thought I was going to, like, check in on news, but if there's enough people, it's mostly just chatting. It's just, Clune says it's just going to take some time for me to join you. That's all right, Clune. That's all right. Leia, make sure you join me in Hi-Fi again soon. We miss you. Foodbird says, I feel like I'm living in the future and it's lonely. Such a perfect summary. It's true. Like, it's so cool. I have so much fun with the people who can join me in high fidelity, for instance, or I go to an event in Altspace or VR chat, or I want to play a new game, and there's literally like I literally know like 2 people who can play the game with me. Or maybe I know 10 people, but they have to buy the game. And so once you whittle it down, we're talking about I know 1 or 2 people who can play the game with me in my whole life. You know, it's kind of sad. I do have to go though, guys. I have to start work. If you guys have a computer, download High Fidelity from highfidelity.com if you want to keep hanging out, or look for High Fidelity on Steam Early Access. If not, just join me here again. Make sure you follow me, and I'm going to keep trying out this format for a couple of weeks, see how it goes, and I'll just keep checking in on VR news. Well, also tech and gaming. Also, you guys can bring stories to me if you want to chat about something you heard that's really cool. Let me know. And basically, this is a morning chat that we can have together online live. And don't forget, I will be live later as well after work. I'll be live on the live.me app. I sing there almost every day. Bye, Fudbert. Bye, Dave. Bye, Leia. I hope you come by into Hi-Fi again soon. We miss you. You're still the biggest VR booster. Would love if it catches on. So would I. So would I. I think it just needs to become more affordable. But it's pretty cool. I mean, Leia got a computer just to come visit me in Hi-Fi, which is pretty awesome. All right, everybody, I gotta go to work. I start work in 1 minute. But that's the nice thing about a virtual job. I literally just close this down and open up VR, put on my headset, and I'm ready to go. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you in Hi-Fi, or I'll see you on the live.me app later if you guys are gonna come in to hear me sing. But I'll catch you all later. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, also, you can find me on iTunes, Spotify, Star Maker Karaoke. I am verified there with 200,000 fans, and I'm on Twitter. So look for me there. Bye, everybody.